I would be very surprised if there's more than a half dozen of you among the now almost 18,000 followers, or I should say subscribers, that we have here on the New Cosmic Knowledge channel. And many thanks to you for getting behind this channel. Many thanks to you for making this channel grow. I appreciate you so very much. And I hope that we continue to do this. Hello, Love Matters. Nice to see you. But I'd be very surprised to know that more than a half dozen out of 18,000 subscribers have not seen the Matrix movie. And I'd probably be very surprised if you hadn't seen all three of the Matrix movies. I think I've seen all three of them. But, you know, there's an old saying that life imitates art, and art often imitates life as well. And today, and we're not sure exactly what time, and I'm not trying to be coy about it, but as many of you know, my family situation changed, and I have taken a job. So I do have some work that I need to do, and that changes a little bit of the way that I'm able to do my broadcast schedule. But sometime today, we will have Derek Bros, Global Witness, on the channel, and we'll be talking about Dark God, Light God, and we're going to be talking about this. We're going to be sharing about this, and what it really is waitress. I don't know where that came from. Matrix awareness. We are so far gone in this world. And, you know, as I'm always saying, we're the last generation of real humans. And this is a little bit more of a serious morning mantra. I know morning mantras tend to be a little more inspirational, a little more upbeat. And this really is, hello, Lou, inspirational and upbeat as well. But I want us to think about the fact that we are becoming aware of the Matrix. We saw the movies, and we understand the insidious nature of the Matrix in the movies. But sometimes we have to remember that life imitates art, that most of, if not all of what we look at, of what we perceive and what we understand, is in a great deal taken from media. Media is programming us. And those of you that always have those earbuds stuck in your ear, I had some stuck in my ear today for the first time, and I can't remember how long, because I was listening to Derek's show last night about the apostle crossed out Paul in the Matrix. It was a brilliant presentation, and Sophia and Sandra there, so I put that in there so as not to disturb them. But if you have these things plugged into your ears 24/7, and you're either watching TV or you're doing your Snapchats or your Instagrams or whatever the things that you people do, or you're always listening to the radio or listening to some music. Good morning, Catherine. You're being programmed, whether you know it or not. And that's why I'm not going to say most, but a lot of highly spiritual people, you're not going to find them walking around with those earbuds in their ear unless they're listening to New Cosmic Knowledge or the Global Witness or Rex Bear or Heidi Vandenberg or something like that, because we try to separate ourselves from media programming. And even when we're aware of it, even by its insidious nature, it can infiltrate into our consciousness. So thank you, Sherry. So as we begin to go deeper into Lou, no, I don't believe Rex is going to be involved in the Hopi journey. And Derek is trying to put that together. And I'm very honored and privileged to be a part of the Hopi journey, the Monument Valley journey, trying to go into and discover things that perhaps have never been seen or understood by pale faces such as us before. But I believe that Derek mentioned Steve Olson, myself, him, Derek Bros, the Global Witness, and it's in the formative stages, so I'm not certain who else would be going. I don't believe that Rex would be involved, but don't quote me on that. But at any rate, what we're trying to do, I can sense this coming, is trying to get us to a place where we have more matrix awareness, where we have more matrix awareness, being more understanding, more discerning of what's going on, how it's going on, how we're being programmed, and becoming more sensitive to the messaging that the Matrix is putting out, and not quite being so receptive to it, but allowing ourselves to be more discerning and not receive the programming. So Is it going to be a little uncomfortable? Yes, all growth is. Is it going to cause some changes in our lives? Yes, all change does. And the only constant in life is change. So Derek and I, and also I think to a certain extent, Wayne Steiger and others are trying to go down the path of matrix awareness. And of course, with Derek's background and my background, it's more of a spiritual / biblical type of an awareness, because we live in the United States. The Christian religion dominates the West. We're Western people. We're doing our very best to get ourselves out of this matrix. But for 2,000 years, we've been pummeled by it. It's become insidious. It's become ubiquitous within our culture, within our religions, within our relationships, within our minds. So as we move into this new time of matrix awareness, just begin to look around yourself. Just begin, if you hear yourself, if you find yourself listening to a song on the radio, begin to listen to the words and begin to comprehend their meanings. And the old joke was that country songs, your wife leaves you, your dog dies, your truck gets repossessed, and if you play it backwards, your wife comes back to you, you get your truck back, and you get sober through AA. But the country music's probably the best of it. There's a lot of decent messaging there. Of course, there's a lot of patriotic messaging, which can be part of the matrix. But just begin to listen to the music that you listen to. Begin to understand what the meanings are and the messaging is behind it. If you do find yourself watching television, become aware of what you're watching on television. Become aware of the messaging. If you go to the movies, make yourself aware of the messaging of the movie. And the first step to being impervious to the messaging, probably the best step, is just turn it off. I'm realistic. I don't think there's a lot of you that aren't going to just turn it off, unfortunately. But if you're not going to turn it off, you have to at least begin to be aware of the messaging. Increase your matrix awareness. And as you become aware of what's coming at you from the matrix, then you can get to the place where you're able to combat it, not accept it, and move on. We're trying to put together a show with Rex, myself, and Derek. Rex is a very busy fellow, so we're having a little trouble putting together a date, but that is our hope and desire. And Michelle's opinion says, stop feeding yourself junk and clean out your house. That's so very true. You can't live a healthy physical life eating junk food, and you can't live a healthy spiritual life eating junk food, consuming junk music, junk media. And there's an old saying in computing, garbage in, garbage out, and it's not an option. If you keep putting garbage in, you're going to get garbage out. But conversely, if you put good in, you're going to get good out. Seven Serpent says, I don't watch TVs or movies or listen to radio. Too many earworms. I don't watch TV. I don't listen to radio. I do every now and again go to a movie. I went and saw the latest Mission Impossible movie. And I didn't really notice a lot of counter messaging in that film. Of course, to be honest with you, big Tom Cruise fan, I didn't really have my guard up. So see, it doesn't matter how advanced you think you are, you get sucked into the matrix. And I was sucked into that movie. I was enjoying that movie. And when you really get in and start enjoying the presentation, whether it's the song, the movie, the TV show, that's when you let down your guards. And that's when the matrix messaging is injected into your consciousness and you don't even know it. So we all have work to do. We all have hills to climb, and we all have cowlicks in the back of our head from sleeping in a funny position. And we all have things that we can do to get ourselves to the place where we can move forward and move ahead. So let's increase our matrix awareness. Derek and I are going to try to help you do that. And Delaney says that she feels that Tom's going to help correct the Scientology church. I've made the prediction that Tom Cruise leaves Scientology by 2020. So let's stay tuned and see if I'm right or not. Because, you know, when I make what is it? Not a projection, but a prediction, I'm usually right. So we'll wait and we'll see on that one. But please do increase your matrix awareness. Remember, you're the last generation of real humans. We've got to get busy, and we can't be tied up in the matrix, because it's hard to get busy when you have your hands and your feet and your mind tied in a blindfold over your eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jeffrey Daugherty. This is New Cosmic Knowledge. Be looking for later today. I'll keep you up to date on the timing of it. Derek Bros and myself, Dark God, Light God, that's really just a jumping off point. We're going to be in to talk about all of the messaging within the scriptures, all of the matrix messaging, and how in the world that we can get ourselves to the place where we want ourselves. Because once again, we need to ask questions. We need to question answers. Unindoctrinate yourself. Guide your own spirit. Be your own guru. Master your own ascension. Namaste to you. Love and light to everyone. I'll see you later today with Derek, and perhaps even some more broadcast excellence outside of that. Until next time, I remain Jeffrey Daugherty, your friend, your biggest fan, and I do wish love and light to every single one of you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate more than you know your attention and your attendance. Once again, thank you very much.